Lesson 84. Direct speech and indirect speech. Direct speech. I said, the room is large. Indirect speech. I said that the room was large. Report. Refer. Inverted commas. Mr. Brown said, I like warm weather. Mr. Brown said that he liked warm weather. What are the two ways in which we can repeat what someone has said?
The two ways in which we can repeat what someone has said are by giving the exact words of the speaker or by reporting what the speaker said.
What do we call these two ways?
We call these two ways direct speech and indirect speech.
Give me an example of direct speech, please.
Mr. Brown said, I like warm weather.
Give me an example of indirect speech, please.
Mr. Brown said that he liked warm weather.
What do we do with the tenses when we change direct speech into indirect speech?
When we change direct speech into indirect speech, we generally move the verb into the past.
Give me an example.
The teacher said, the room is large. The teacher said that the room was large.
What do we do if a verb is already in the past?
If a verb is already in the past, it often remains unchanged, but sometimes we put it further into the past.
What do we do with the word will when we change direct speech into indirect speech?
When we change direct speech into indirect speech, we change the word will to would.
Give me an example, please.
She said that John would go to London next year.
Right. I will now make some statements, and I want you to tell me what I said, using indirect speech. I swim every day. What did I say?
You said that you swam every day.
She is speaking to you. What did I say?
You said that she was speaking to me.
I have just taken the pen from the table. What did I say?
You said that you had just taken the pen from the table.
I think I will go to London tomorrow. What did I say?
You said that you thought you would go to London tomorrow.
They had books in their hands when they came into the room. What did I say?
You said that they had books in their hands when they came into the room.
I ate too much for dinner. What did I say?
You said you had eaten too much for dinner.
Do we use inverted commas for indirect speech?
No, we don't use inverted commas for indirect speech.
Is it generally necessary to use the word that when we use indirect speech?
No, it isn't generally necessary to use the word that when we use indirect speech.
Give me an example, please.
He said that the room was large. He said the room was large.
Flat. Did people in the old days believe the world was round?
No, people in the old days didn't believe the world was round. They believed it was flat.
Which is one of the flattest parts of this country?
One of the flattest parts of this country is East Anglia.
Pity. What a pity. Picnic. Phrase. Would you think it was a great pity if you went for a picnic in the country and it rained?
Yes, I'd think it was a great pity if I went for a picnic in the country and it rained.
What kind of people do you pity most?
I pity ill people most.
Translate this phrase. What a pity. Blow, blew, blown. What are the three forms of blow?
The three forms of blow are blow, blew, blown.
Have you ever been blown off your feet by the wind?
Yes, I've been blown off my feet by the wind.
Lesson 85. Consider. Decision. What do you consider to be the best occupation in the world?
I consider an actress to be the best occupation in the world.
Why must we consider carefully before making an important decision?
We must consider carefully before making an important decision because if we don't consider carefully, we might make a big mistake.
Whatever. Whenever. Wherever. Whoever. Limit. Unlimited. Most of. What's the difference between the words what and whatever?
The difference between the words what and whatever is that we use the word what in a limited sense, whereas we use the word whatever in a more unlimited sense.
If you could buy whatever you wanted, what would you buy?
If I could buy whatever I wanted, I'd buy a car.
Can you go for a holiday whenever you like?
No, I can't go for a holiday whenever I like.
Why not?
Because I have to work for most of the year.
If you could go wherever you liked in the world, where'd you go?
If I could go wherever I liked in the world, I'd go to the Caribbean.
If you could meet whoever you wanted in the world, who would you prefer to meet?
If I could meet whoever I wanted in the world, I'd prefer to meet the President of the United States of America.
Truth. Lie. Tell the truth. Tell a lie. Honest. Do you always tell the truth?
No, I don't always tell the truth. Sometimes I tell lies.
Why not?
Because it's sometimes necessary to tell lies in order not to be unpleasant.
Do newspapers always tell the truth?
No, newspapers don't always tell the truth. Sometimes they tell lies.
Why do they sometimes tell lies?
They sometimes tell lies because they want to sell more newspapers.
Miss. What's the opposite of the verb to catch?
The opposite of the verb to catch is to miss.
If I threw my pen to you, do you think you'd catch it or miss it?
If you threw your pen to me, I think I'd miss it.
Are you in the habit of missing trains and buses?
Yes, I'm in the habit of missing trains and buses.
Why?
Because I always leave everything to the last minute and then have to hurry.
How long do you have to be away from home before you begin to miss your family and friends?
I have to be away from home for about 1 month before I begin to miss my family and friends.
Did you miss the last lesson? If so, why?
No, I didn't miss the last lesson.
Union. Trade union. Organization. In favor of. Pay. Wages. Do you think that a union of all the countries in Europe, or South America, etc., will ever be possible?
Yes, I think a union of all the countries in Europe, or South America, will one day be possible.
What is a trade union?
A trade union is an organization composed of workers from a particular industry. It protects the workers and fights to improve their pay and conditions.
Are you in favor of trade unions?
Yes, I'm in favor of trade unions.
Rope. Climb. What can we use rope for?
We can use rope for climbing mountains, pulling things, etc.
What did you see if you climbed the stairs to the top of this building?
If I climbed the stairs to the top of this building, I'd see other buildings.
Is it easy to climb to the top of the music industry and stay there?
No, it isn't easy to climb to the top of the music industry and stay there. It's difficult.
Court. Look for. If you lost your keys, where would you look for them first?
If I lost my keys, I would look for them first in my house.
Where do people go when they are looking for justice?
People go to the law courts when they are looking for justice.
Judge. Would you like the job of a judge?
Yes, I'd like the job of a judge.
Dark. Darken. Short. Shorten. Wide. Widen. Width. Length. Lengthen. Strength. Strengthen. Friendship. How do we form verbs from certain adjectives or nouns?
We form verbs from certain adjectives or nouns by adding the letters en.
Give me some examples, please.
Dark, darken, short, shorten, etc.
What does the verb to darken mean?
The verb to darken means to make darker or to get darker.
If our trousers are too long, what must we do to them?
If our trousers are too long, we must shorten them.
Do the days lengthen or shorten as we go towards summer?
The days lengthen as we go towards summer.
Do you think sport can strengthen the friendship between different countries?
Yes, I think sport can strengthen the friendship between different countries.
How many syllables must an adjective or noun have in order for us to form a verb from it?
An adjective or noun must have only one syllable in order for us to form a verb from it.
Can we form verbs from all adjectives and nouns of one syllable?
No, we can't form verbs from all adjectives and nouns of one syllable.
Give me an example of a one-syllable adjective from which we can't form a verb.
An example of a one-syllable adjective from which we can't form a verb is small.